What's up, guys?
Yo,
What's up?
good, bro? What's good? Yo, what you think about the people asking for the blue?
I already show how to build it online on my YouTube channel, NatureJab.
Oh, I didn't even know that. What about? I got another question.
Yeah,
What about the people that be repeating questions? You get annoyed about that?
it's par for the course. I mean, ultimately, it's only think about it, right? We only have we have a large following, but there's so many billions of people that still have not heard about this, and they're gonna have a lot of questions. So it is what it is.
Yes, sir. There's new people every day, bro.
For sure, for sure. So it's gonna be bound to happen. Thank you for your questions.
For sure, bro.
All right. Lost you yesterday. Glad to see you staying strong. Yeah, I go live pretty much every day, because if we're not doing Q&As, then we're building the machine itself. We're also live on Facebook and YouTube. What's up, Jacob, on Facebook? They're going to do you like Dr. Sabi, bro. Be cautious,
Yo,
please.
what's up?
Yeah, I'll be fine, Jacob. What's up, man?
Yo, how do you feel about instead of using, because you would use a generator to power your machines, right?
Yeah.
So have you thought about doing solar power stuff?
Well, yeah, that is possible, but you need a very large solar farm or windmill farm. But it's absolutely possible because it runs off of electricity.
Okay. Because I was thinking, when you were doing your lives, probably a week ago, I was putting in suggestions you should have solar panels maybe to power it. But I don't even know if that would be that efficient for you. But
I mean, if we use solar panels to run this machine, it makes the process carbon negative. So on an environmental standpoint or carbon subsidy level, it would be probably economical to do such, but it wouldn't make it more or less efficient. It would operate the same amount. Thank you for your questions.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
What's up, Orno, on YouTube? I can't say the rest of your name because it's inappropriate. I'm going to get shadow banned if I do. You say you would literally need less than 10 solar panels? But I need a pretty big battery, wouldn't I? I'm talking about if I were to just run it purely off the solar panel, no battery. Because then the batteries would be so expensive. You said, how do I call? You got to request to join in live as a guest on TikTok. It's a little bit different. We got most people coming in on the Instagram. Is there an explanation of what you're doing? Yeah, on my YouTube channel, NatureJab. Yeah, because microwaves have such a strong draw on them in their initial startup that it would require a pretty big battery. Okay. Next person here. Because I didn't look into that before. And we're on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook as well. Are there any microplastics in the stuff? No. New here. What got you into this and how did you figure all this out? What got me into this was just wanting to figure out how I could recycle myself at home. How did I figure all this out? I just did research on Google. All this stuff is right there on Google. Just look up plastic in the fuel and you will find infinite amounts of resources. All right, we're gonna land Jamal. What's good, Aaron? I'm not sure what is going on the Instagram here, but I'm trying to let in these people, but it is not letting them in. Not sure what is going on there. Josh, you said, how do you prevent warpage during welding the tanks? You just gotta weld chunk by chunk really slow. Don't do a continuous weld. Do like a quarter, then turn it, another quarter, turn it, and then do that like 8 times, It wouldn't even be considered a quarter; it'd be an eighth, and then you just gotta let it cool down in between to get the minimal amount of warpage. Yeah, that's not like anybody else on the Instagram. I don't know what's going on. One question is: are your designs open source, or are you keeping them for yourself? Right now, my design. I mean, the designs I've shown online are open source, but the design Mark V is patented, and it will be until a little bit, and it'll be open source. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up? I like what you've been doing. I've been seeing a lot of stuff about other people like Nikola Tesla and stuff like that. What about your safety and those people who don't want your tech out? Aren't you worried about the government coming after you?
No.
That's good. I like what you're doing, dude. Keep it up. It's really going to help the world. I would love to build one myself. I want to see your YouTube video with the blueprint of how you made this machine.
Well, yeah, go on my YouTube channel, NatureJab, and you'll see my go to my construction playlist under the playlist section, and you'll see how I built my Mark III, Mark IV, and my Mark IV machine.
Now, is it only diesel that it makes, or does it also make regular gas?
No, it makes all three, and then we have to refine it to get out just the diesel, just the gasoline, just the jet fuel. Thank you for your questions.
Yeah, stay safe, brother.
Thank you, I will. All right, next. Do you filter the fuel? Yeah, but distillation is best. You can only filter it to get out the big chunks, but you can never, like, separate anything chemical by just filtering it. I already tried that before.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up?
Not much. How you doing?
I'm good. What about you? What's your question?
I'm good. My question is, like, what's your vision for this, the machines in the future? Like, where do you plan to go with it?
Well, the machines themselves are going to be sold to small and large businesses, government, municipalities, and countries. And the goal is for them to be everywhere, you know, in every city, country, province on Earth. So that way we can deal with plastic waste at the source. And it's not a matter of having to be shipped anywhere. It's just dealt with right there, right then and there, where it is produced.
That's amazing. That's like an amazing plan. I'm excited to see, where that goes.
Thank you. Thank you for your question. Troy Boy on TikTok said, Julian is definitely my hero out here. Very well spoken. Thank you, Troy Boy. I appreciate it. I definitely wish to inspire people above all else. Because if I did this, imagine what you can do. Anybody that just want to contribute to the project to Mark 4.5, it is being funded currently off of donations. Thank you, Memory, for the donations on TikTok. I appreciate you. So we have the Cash App pin. Anybody that wants to donate, it does help very much. Appreciate you guys. What was that?
Oh, no, my fault. My internet is jumping like mad. So I had a question. Where do you really like? So you say you see this going to like major companies and stuff, but you see it replacing the gasoline industry?
No, I'm not trying to replace anybody. That's how you get destroyed. It's not a smart idea to try to replace anybody. So we're not here to replace, we're here to improve and to add to the already existing industries of this world and to just give a better solution for our waste that we produce in this world. So, yeah, thank you for your question.
Thanks.
Yeah, for sure. Somebody on Instagram bought a badge. Let me see who. Let me see if I can scroll up. Here we go. Jake bought a badge on Instagram. Thank you so much, Jake, for your contribution to history and humanity with your donation to the project. Thank you so much, Jake. All right, next. How high is your power bill powering these? Well, when I was running my Mark IV machine, which ran off of 3 magnetrons, which is the equivalent of turning on 3 microwaves at once, my power bill only went up by $100 a month. And we were definitely getting the value out of that with the waste management and then the fuel products we were getting out as well. And that's $100 a month of running the machine every single day. So that's like a few 100 pounds of plastic. That was Mark IV. Mark 4.5 is going to be a bigger machine, so we'll have a higher energy input. But it will also have a higher amount of plastic it can take in as well. So it kind of works both ways, right? Hey, man, as always... 1 second. It's hidden right now. As always, good work and great to see you. Have you heard or messed with low-temp chemical pyrolysis? No, that's not my my particular focus, and I'll tell you why. Because The microwaves are very hard to control the temperature of, and even if you could control the temperature of microwaves, low temp pyrolysis is just not the efficiency level that I'm looking for to get this introduced to the world on a worldly scale. So we're gonna have to stay with the high temperatures, get it as hot as possible, within reason, of course, of the material science and the metals, but we're going to get the machine as hot as it can get. We already get it up to 1,000 degrees on the body temperature, and I assume that's about 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit on the surface level of the plastic, or about 1,000 degrees centigrade. What kind of emissions are you generating? The machine itself has no emissions, no waste, and I'll tell you why. It's because the emissions and waste and byproducts of the machine are all the same thing. They are the fuels. So if we have any leaks or emissions or whatever in the machine, we're losing fuel, which means we're losing energy, which means we are losing money. We're not burning anything with this machine because the process of pyrolysis is when you heat something apart and break it apart in the absence of oxygen with heat, and you need an oxygen for something to burn. So contrary to what many may believe, we are not burning plastic, and there's no microplastics in the fuel, so we're not burning microplastics either. And that's just a simple science of it. It's not chemically possible for there to be microplastics in the fuel. We have explained this in a past video, but I know we have new people come in every day. Dope tie. Thank you. I got quite a few ties. Are you working in collaboration with any universities or organizations? If no, will you be willing to? I'm not, but I would be interested if, a deal could be made that is proper. Personally, most entities that want to work with me usually want equity or something. That's not really something I'm interested in giving. So that's why I haven't really been collaborating with many people at all. Because honestly, unless somebody's coming up to me and they're like, I just want to help just to help, then usually they're like, I want to help and I want this percentage or this much. I'm just like, bye. What's up, man?
Yo, yeah, that was actually my first question, was if you're working with any other scholars or just talking to them. But you said over 3 months you put in how many pounds of plastic?
You said it in 3 months?
Yeah, you said you ran the machine for 3 months, right?
No, I said in a month we consumed about $100 worth of electricity running the machine every day.
Yeah, so I was just wondering how much plastic you put in and how much diesel that produced.
Well, for about I'll say it like this, because we don't make just diesel. We call it the liquid product, because then we have to distill it to get out the diesel, gasoline, jet fuel. So when I say we make a gallon of liquid, that might be like 1/4 of a gallon of gasoline, 1/4 of a gallon of jet fuel, then 1/2 gallon of diesel, right? So I can't really say exactly, with all those variables, I can't really say exactly how much diesel I got because I never do those type of calculations, but I will say this. For about 20 pounds of plastic, we get about a gallon of that liquid that would have a certain amount of diesel, but that's variable because certain types of plastic will give you more diesel, certain types will give you more gasoline. So it's a very variable question depending on what you're running in there, how long you're running it, blah, blah, blah. But in about a month, if I were running a 20-pound run every month, that's 30 gallons in a month in my Mark IV machine. Now, Mark 4.5 is going to be bigger. We want to make at least 5 gallons a day on Mark 4.5. So, hope that answered your question, and thank you for your question, and thank you for coming in. So yeah, we have, for everybody wondering where I get my numbers for, it's on my YouTube channel, NatureJab on YouTube. You have to go over there. I always tell people this every live stream, but you cannot be on Instagram or TikTok or even Facebook and get the full grasp of what I'm doing. You have to go onto my YouTube channel. If you think you have seen my machine and you're on a social media, you haven't seen shit. I'll keep it real with you. There's just a level of detail and ingenuity that I go into on my YouTube channel with my Mark IV machine. I have a whole playlist. I made it for you guys on social media. Go to my YouTube channel, NatureJab, go into my playlist, and go into the playlist Mark IV Running. That shows me going through the whole process of the electronics, of me lowering the plastic in, of me shredding it, of us turning the machine on, the temperatures. I just cannot go onto that same level of detail on social media or I get no views because I've done it before and nobody sees it. So it's like, well, if nobody sees it, then people will still be saying the same thing. Where can we see it running? How do we know that it's real? How do we know it's not just fake? I want to see no cuts. You have to go on YouTube. I made the playlist just for people. I gotta restart the Instagram live because it's not letting me let anybody else in. I don't know why they do this. They do this after a certain amount of time. Every time. After I let in like 10 people or so, it resets. So I gotta reset the Instagram live here. Thank you for the roses, Josh, on TikTok. I appreciate your contribution to the project. Alright, we're back here on the Instagram. Like I said, they reset it on me. They make me have to reset it to let you guys in. I don't know why they do that. I'm still trying to figure it out. You know what? I'm going to try something, actually. I'm going to try something. Alright, let me let you guys in here. You say Instagram live mad slow. Yeah, who knows? Thank you, Josh, for the donation on TikTok. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for supporting the Mark 4.5 project. Can you donate? Yeah, we have the Cash App pinned in the chat. You can also go on naturejab.com/donate. We have PayPal. We have GoFundMe, all those types of things. Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Hey.
How do you where did you learn to build all this stuff?
Google.
Google.
Yep. You know, we live in the age of information and disinformation. If you know how to research things, you can find pretty much anything you want online.
It's just did you study or did you just
Yeah, I studied a ton. I studied probably hundreds of hours of reading research papers and watching videos. But I didn't go to school or anything for it. Ultimately, you can teach yourself pretty much anything you need to learn. Aren't you in college? No, I'm not in college. I never went to college. So, I hope that answered your question. Thank you very much for your question. And you have a blessed night.
You too.
Why do I get a notification from you every 2 seconds? Because I gotta restart the Instagram live. Because it goes out and it won't let me let anybody else in. After I let in 5-10 people. It's pretty annoying. This person is loading in. I'm not really sure what's going on here. We might have to let somebody else in. You saw I'm spamming my followers? Yeah. Hey, blame Instagram. I'm just trying to let people in to ask their questions. That's all I'm trying to do. What's up? Hey.
Hey, I'm an architecture student. Something big that we learned recently was about how one of the biggest carbon trappings in our cities are buildings that we can't demolish because it would let out too much carbon. And I was wondering, this is kind of theoretical, but do you kind of see your tech kind of tackling those big carbon issues, buildings maybe somehow getting fuel out of the things that we made mistakes making?
Yeah, it depends, because, buildings are made of a lot of inorganic materials like concrete and steel. We can only turn organic things back into fuel, anything that was once alive, or anything that can burn. So, if there's any type of cloth in the building, or curtains, or tables, wood, we can turn all that, we can put all that in the machine, and you'll make fuel out of it and recover it in an environmentally friendly way.
Yeah, so buildings, even though they have all that carbon trapped in it, it wouldn't be useful.
Well, anything that's organic in the building would be useful, because what else are you gonna do with those things? But yeah, the concrete and steel and stuff, that carbon's not gonna escape anyway, right? So that's fine. It's really the biggest things that would produce carbon in a building is the organic things that will break down in the environment, things like curtains, cloths, tables, chairs, whatever. So even the e-waste, the computer parts and stuff, the rubber hoses, what is that material called? They make the lines out of nowadays, the plumbing lines. It's a plastic. I forget what it's called. It's called Plex or something. Yeah, PVC, Plex, all the type of thing. You know what I'm saying? If it's not a metal or it's not a glass or mineral, then we can turn it into fuel and actually do something good with it. So thank you for your question. Thank you for asking. All right, next, guys. In 10 minutes, we're gonna be on Discord. It'll be a live Q&A chat on the Discord. Hello. What's up?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, I'm great. What's your question? Oh, okay. I guess the CIA got him.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up? What's your question?
Much. I'm sure you get this one a lot, but my main concern with this is like all of this is real good and all, but obviously you're gonna have a lot of heat coming down from like big corpse, right? I guess my main question is you don't have any plans on patenting this, do you?
I already have a patent.
You have?
Yes.
Okay, because I mean it then goes back to like Nikola Tesla, right, where you're trying to patent things that.
Thank you for the badge, Chilek. Yeah, what were you saying?
I don't know. I think a patent is what like the first step to lead towards people trying to come after you, right? Like, is this going to be publicly available for like, let's say, if I wanted to make this, right? Like you do talk about.
Listen. I already show people how the machine I patented is a machine that nobody's seen yet. I've already put out videos on my YouTube channel of how I built my past machine. I'm going live every day on how I'm building my current machine. If people want to know the basics on how to build this machine, just watch my channel, watch my videos. I have a patent on Mark V, the first ever industrial machine, but once I get that clear, we get on to Mark 6, Mark 7, Mark 5 is going to be open source. I just have to be ahead of myself, because if I show everybody how to build Mark V before I build it, then somebody's going to build it before me, build my own machine before me. So I'll show you how I show everybody how I built these things after I already built it myself. But I've already literally posted on my YouTube channel, it's been up for a year, how I built Mark IV, which was my best machine to this point. That allowed me to then have the design for Mark V. So it's not a secret. It's already open source in that way.
Copy that. Yeah. I mean, just kind of worried about your well-being, man. I think everyone who's in this line of like newfound technology, or at least perfecting it, should post a video saying that they would never unalive themselves, right? Just so, in case of what happened prior with big people, big names, that just kind of get tucked under the rug, right? Be like, for your own safety, I put out a video like that. At least it's a simple statement of like, you wouldn't personally do anything to yourself.
Well, I'll just say it like this. I'm in amazing mental health. Thank you for your question.
All right, man. Have a good one.
All right, you as well. Let's see. Where are we at? Okay. Discord in 5 minutes. Isn't plastic waste a product of the petroleum industry? Exactly, Nicolick. Plastic has made of petroleum so we could turn it back into petroleum. What's up, man?
What's up? Hey, I'm gonna roll off the back of, whatever that was, man. Is like people like you, like I want to know you, bro, because like, I mean, just like the innovation and steps you made and the ways that you found what you're trying to do and everything like that, man. We need people like you. Like, I don't understand why everyone's like, oh, this and that and the other one, like, this is stuff that needs to happen, man. You're on Earth cleanup. You know what I mean? You're finding new fuels, man. You're doing all the right stuff, man. Your head is what all these people's heads should be at, man. And I appreciate you, man, because I'm sitting, I have my own innovations, like my own stuff that I want to get to. You know what I mean? You're the one out here doing it, bro. And I just want to know more of you, man. Like, I appreciate you. I love your process. I want to know where your head at. All of that, man. And, like, for real, like, this is what needs to happen now. You know?
Right.
So even all right, and then you know you get into like my grandfather, man, he had like multiple patents on invention, like he got airplane carousels, whatever. And he got into working for, you know, under like invention companies and dealing with, you know, like people wanting pieces of it and everything. Listen, and all of this intellect is yours, and I appreciate it 1,000%, man. But like, there's gonna be a point where someone can take this up, and you gotta make sure it's the right person. If you need to make that step for the better world, man, you know, it's still your intellect, man. Trust me, I see you. Everything you made is a deposition of who you are, and we appreciate that. If we can get this next level, and you're comfortable with the way that it happens, you know, salute. Thank you, my boy.
For sure. I appreciate your support, man. Much love to you.
Yes,
Much
sir.
love
I'll
to
be
you.
around. I'll be
Appreciate
around.
you. Absolutely. How can we repurpose and re-engineer tires? By putting them in my machine. We'll be able to extract the rubber and turn it back into fuel, into petroleum, and then the steel that's around the tires, the steel bands, will be extractable. All right, next. We're letting in, I think, 1-2 more people, then we're moving over to Discord. Have you considered upsizing to like a 500-gallon propane tank? Yeah, but by the time then, we might as well just make Mark 5 and make it industrial and no longer have to use scrapyard parts. What's up?
What's up, man? My question is, are you planning on teaching everybody how to get their own fuels, or are you planning on selling it?
Oh, I already teach people how to do it. It's on my YouTube channel. But I'm selling the machine itself to small and large businesses, government, municipalities, and countries.
Okay, so you just selling the machine, you're not planning on selling the gas or anything like
No, it takes a ton of permits. It's a huge legal process to sell fuels. You can't even sell moonshine, right? So I personally am not going through that headache. I'd rather just sell my fuels to refineries that already have those permits and just call it a day and sell the machines themselves to people as a form of waste management.
that? Okay, all right.
Appreciate your question. Thank you.
All right.
All right, one more person and we're moving to Discord. Can you guys on TikTok hear the people on Instagram? Okay, what about you guys on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch? Can you guys hear them as well? Oh, the Instagram went out. All right, so we'll start the Discord now. I thought changing my phone off of power saving mode would stop Instagram from doing that, but it always just goes out. Now, last time we were on the Discord Q&A, that's when we had these thirst traps coming in here, so I don't know what's gonna await us today, but let's hope that it's good stuff. We're starting the Discord Q&A. If you want to come in and ask questions, you have to join the Discord server. It's in my bio. All right, we got people with their hands up already. That's what I like to see. Once again, I always tell you guys that joining the Discord, you gotta raise your hands if you want me to let you in. All right, you're up, Vince. Oh, wait, 1 second. Hold up. I cannot hear you. I gotta fix my audio settings here. Give me 1 second. All right, say something. Oh, great. No, don't tell me Discord's doing this again. 1 second. This is what it did last night, too. Discord would not play through my speaker for the life of me. And we couldn't even do the event. So 1 second, we gotta fix this real quick, because I don't know why it's doing this every time. It's the CIA. The CIA has infiltrated my Discord. So we gotta fix this, because we're definitely doing this tonight. We're not about to skip out on this again. Default output. Oh, I fixed it. All right, say something.
Yep.
Yeah, we can hear you now. You're good.
Alrighty, so first of all, I just want to ask you, how's everything with money, man?
Thank you for the $1 on Cash App,
Isaac. To push these machines out to companies and such.
Well, right now, Mark 4.5 is being built completely off of donation money. So everybody that donates to the Cash App, like Isaac just did on the Cash App, or to the GoFundMe, or to the PayPal, or anything, it does so much, right? Because that literally is the lifeblood of Mark 4.5 right now. Mark 5 is going to be the first industrial machine. It probably, including the lab space, will cost probably $1 million. So we're going to have to do other types of funding for that. But, we're gonna figure that out as we go. But right now, Mark 4.5 is the main focus. Yep. So is that your question?
Oh yeah, just one more thing. So have you ever like considered, since you have your patent pending or your patent already, made or whatever, have you ever like considered pushing this product to investment companies, to be able to invest?
Well, let me tell you what the issue is. Because this is so early and fresh, the machine is still being built, right? It's not built yet. So it's not a real business model in place yet where we're proving this is profitable. So to investors, this looks extremely risky. And even though we all know it's $1 trillion industry, the investors would be like, well, what about, they ask a million questions. What about this? What about that? What about that? They're like, well, you know what? We won't have 50% because it's so risky. And I'm not giving 50%. So that's what the situation with investors has been like. So I personally would rather just crowdfund it. Thank you for your questions. I got to let some other people in. All right, next, Hexbox. What is going on with my shirt here?
No.
Hello.
So I have a few questions. First of all, do you have any sort of like flyers which we could download and print out sort of as a volunteer-based awareness campaign, which you can just hang out explaining the process, maybe a QR code leading to your social media, just to sort of, get the message out?
That's actually a great idea to have a flyer that I could actually just give to people and stuff, or let people download. I don't have that, but you know what? I actually want to work on that. Thank you for that suggestion.
Yeah. If you want, actually, I can help you, translate it into German.
Oh, you're okay.
Yeah. Different. And yeah, the other thing, right? So you're US-based, but I think because Austria and Germany, I'm from Austria, they both have, a thing called fund where people return, plastic and glass bottles for a few cents. And it's a very big thing. A lot of people do it. And I love the machine, but, I live in a flat. I can't really build one. So what about, as an idea, as a business model is that you sort of pay people for their plastic, the small amounts for it. We basically sell you the plastic, you turn it into fuel. Or, your machine turns into fuel. Yeah,
that's the basic business model. We'll give people a small, commission for bringing in plastic. And then when it comes to taking plastic from large businesses, they will pay us for us to take their plastic because they had to pay to get rid of it anyway. And then we'll also get paid on the back end for carbon credits. We'll also get paid on the back end for biochar. We'll also get paid on the back end for selling our fuel to refineries. So there's quite a few businesses. I gotta let some other people in, but thank you for your questions. And send me a friend request on Discord. We'll talk about the flyers. Thank you. All right. Next, we got C. You're up, C.
Hey, man. How's it going?
Hey, I'm good. What about you?
I'm doing pretty good. So I got a quick question for you. I see you, building this machine kind of in your backyard with just, these simple materials and stuff. And I'm wondering, these companies that are producing oil like Exxon or BP, they have billions of dollars in research and development. So why do you think this isn't something that they've, tested and worked through the same way? They have a lot more money and resources,
Oh, that's a great question. And actually, Shell has actually invested in quite a few pyrolysis plants all over the world. So it's not a matter that they don't. It's just a matter of they probably would much rather just keep doing what they've been doing. We got $10 from Michael on Cash App. Thank you so much, Michael Calderon, for the $10 and your contribution to history and the project. I appreciate you. So yes, they already know this technology exists. They already invest in some people that are already doing it. I think that it's just a matter of, they're a business and they operate off of a business principle, and they would rather keep their money where they have already been, developing their technology and stuff. And that is in the current market, they're already monopolized, right? But I'm sure as soon as this technology they're waiting on somebody else to get it to take off. They're like, why would we invest billions into it? Somebody else will, then we'll jump on it when it's the next big thing. But in the meantime, they're like, there's no other option. There's no other alternative. Let's just keep pumping this crude oil out the ocean, make our billions, trillions in profit, and nobody can stop us. So I think that's why. Anybody in the Discord, if you want to come up, you have to raise your hand. All right, next, let's let in Law. You have to raise your hand for me to allow you to come up here and speak.
Yo, what's up, Nature?
What's up?
Man, bro, I just wanted to basically extend the olive branch, man. I don't know how much support you have just with peers, but basically, I'm solving the problem of nutritious food and getting more nutritious food into the school systems and mainly institutions. Dealing a lot with compost to essentially enrich our soil and make it more biologically diverse. And yeah, man, I don't know. I just want to extend basically an olive branch. If you want to partner, not partner in the sense of we're taking ownership in anything with each other's projects, but maybe just being in camaraderie. I would love to invite you to the farm. You're more than welcome.
Where are you
And
located?
I do have some great networking I've been able to do with companies to fund some of my projects, so I could always, be willing to have conversations about that. So
Where are you located?
I'm in Michigan. I'm in Battle Creek, Michigan.
Okay, yeah, I'm in Georgia. But listen, man, before I actually started these reactors, I was a very avid gardener, and I was actually looking to get into regenerative agriculture. So I'm all for it, man. Much respect and love to what you're doing. Like I said to the other person with the flyers, Hex Blocks, send me a friend request on Discord, and we'll chat. All right. Much respect.
Okay, will do, bro. Much love. I appreciate everything you're doing as well, man. And
all right.
Talking to you, bro.
Yeah, you as well. All right, next. What's up, V Sigio on Twitch? I always mess up your name. All right, next we're gonna let in Yoshi on the Discord. All right, Yoshi, you're up. Cool name. Your mic is muted. Hello? Your mic is muted. Oh, wait, I fixed it. All right, I can hear you now. What's up, Yoshi?
Well.
What the heck?
The monkey tries a door.
Why is your voice so deep?
Boy, you ain't turning no plastic to you. I know that stuff fake. Silly man.
I can't even hear what you're saying.
Of course you can.
What are you, a super villain or something?
Feel oil.
What is he even saying? I can't even understand this guy. Yoshi?
We can't
hear you.
Filthy animal. Hell. What you gonna do next?
Why is your voice so deep? He said turn watermelon into fuel. All right. You know what, Yoshi? You know what? All right. You need to fix your mic or something. Listen, I'm gonna let you back in another time, but you need to fix your mic because we can't hear what you're saying. It's just like a really low, raspy voice, like you've been smoking cigarettes for the past 60 years, and you got one of them things in your throat. I don't know what's going on that, but yeah, nobody can even hear what you're saying there. All right, what's up, Mellow Yellow? I remember you, bro, from the last one.
Yeah, I was just.
What's up?
Just wondering, man. What if I just took my microwave and kind of vacuum sealed it shut and threw some plastic in there? You think the same thing, or it'll take a lot of time?
So you asked if you just take your microwave and vacuum seal it shut and put plastic in there. No, I already tried that before. It does not work.
You tried it?
Yeah, I have some videos that I've taken of me literally taking microwave ovens right from the scrapyard and in my first experiments. It doesn't work. There are some special things that you got to do to make this work that you can only see on my YouTube channel. So, yeah. Thank you for your question, man. I'll let you in if you have another one because we got some other people here. Aurelian.
What's up?
What's up?
Okay, have you looked into doing like bioremediation based methods as well? Like taking something like tenebrium or letter, also known as like a common mealworm, and using them to break down because they can digest petroleum products and essentially just turn it into biomass. They would also need like a nutrient supplement as well, but you could just get that from leftover like farm crop material.
Yeah, I have heard of that before. I have heard of the whole mealworms and then the fungi doing plastic. But how in the world are you going to get enough mealworms out in the ocean and keep them alive long enough in the ocean to process?
No, I'm not talking about that. You misunderstand me. See, what I'm discussing is essentially having a large bioreactor filled with mealworms, having the baseline for their food being petroleum products, taking fodder crops as their nutrient source. Right now in a 5-gallon bucket about like 3 feet away from me, I've got 50,000 mealworms currently munching down on stuff. You don't need a lot of space.
Yeah, but the mealworms aren't going to eat. They can only eat like styrofoam. They can't eat all the different types of plastics. They can't eat.
They can actually. They can break down all petroleum products. It's just that their mandibles don't allow for them to break down hard plastics on their own. So you need to blend it first. But like blenders are cheap. At the same time, the whole point that I'm trying to get to is Plastic becomes mealworm. Mealworm can be desiccated, dried out. You can blend it into a powder. That powder can then be turned into ethanol via fermentation. Also chitinase, which is DARPA's looking into for body armor. So you get body armor and ethanol. And what are you trying to make with fuel? What is ethanol?
Well, I get where you're coming from, and I do actually truly respect pretty much using the biotechnology that already exists in nature. That's not my focus. That's not. There are plenty of scientists that are already focusing on the mealworms and the fungi. I've read some of the research papers. I respect their work truly, but my focus in particular is on certain things that are just completely just rancid, that would destroy mealworms, like probably plastic ridden with salt water. I don't think even mealworms could deal with that, right? You kind of have to have something deeper. Maybe they could. I'm not saying that, but either way, it's not really my focus, but I do respect it. So thank you for bringing that up and educating people on the fact that I didn't even know that mealworms can break down any type of plastic as long as you shred it up, right? So thank you, man. Let's move on to the next person here. All right, Matt. That guy Yoshi wants to come back up. That guy that was been smoking. Should I let Yoshi back up, guys?
No, don't do that.
What's up, Matt?
Yeah, bro. I'm like, what type of stuff do I need to know? Because I've been watching this stuff.
Wait, one second. Wait, 1 second. You said, why are you holding back your laugh? Because I saw somebody in the chat when the guy was in here talking about mealworms. Somebody in the chat said, never trust a man with 50,000 mealworms. That was just funny. No disrespect to him at all. It was just a funny comment. I didn't want to laugh at him, but it was funny. All right, anyways, what's up? What's your question, Matt?
So I was like, I've been watching his stuff for a little while, and I'm like, I'm trying to know what type of stuff I need to get into to try get into this type of stuff, because I'm really getting ready to go into the real world and type stuff.
Yeah, so ultimately, if you want to learn this, the best way is to go on my YouTube channel, NatureJab, and you can pretty much see how I built the whole thing.
No, I mean the engineering type stuff. What type of experience and knowledge do I need?
Well, I'm self-taught in all factors except for welding, right? The chemical engineering, the radio engineering. So ultimately, you gotta I'll tell you exactly, you gotta do what I do. You gotta go on Google and look up different types of reactors and how they were built. You gotta study the diagrams. You need to go and read tons of research papers on microwave pyrolysis. I'm talking tens to hundreds of hours of reading these research papers. And then you have to also have experience in welding. You have to, because you need to make airtight welds, which are good welds. You can't just be just tacking things together. You have to have pretty good welds to make a machine for example, the level I have, and then you have to have experience with electronics. So you got to do research on microwave circuitry, how that works, the dangers, how you can keep yourself safe, all those types of things. So
I'm actually about to go into trade school for welding.
Oh, that's what's up. Well, that's a huge first step, because I'm telling you right now, not everything you have to know, but you have to know how to weld to build this, because you have to make airtight welds, hermetically sealed welds. It can't just be some half DIY out of the farm type of welding just to hold it together. It has to be airtight. So thank you for your question, man. That's why I recommend everybody do. They want to know how I built this, whatever. Gotta go on the YouTube channel. All right, let us. I guess we'll let Yoshi back in. I didn't see what you guys were saying, if I should or if I shouldn't. But we'll give him another chance. I think maybe his mic was off or something before, because nobody could hear him last time. It just was super deep and raspy. Let me pull up the Discord on the YouTube chat there. We'll let Yoshi in again. My IQ, I don't know what my IQ is actually. I did the test one time. I forgot what the number was.
Gastric monkey go eat her fried chicken. Watermelon lover monkey, I'm gonna put you in the microwave and make you blacker. Go pick me some plastic like you picked that cotton monkey. Hee hee.
What the heck? What's your question?
Can't turn plastic into fuel, stupid. Monkey.
Nah, mate. Y'all trolling now. Y'all wasting my time in here now. Yeah. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on there. What a disappointment, right? That's what you're saying. Don't let him back in. What the heck? What's wrong with you guys? It's that little robot. What's up?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I just had a question, man. I mean, I know you do all of this in the backyard of your parents' house. Now, like, how do they feel about that?
That's a good question. And I rarely get that. But when I started, my parents were like, think about it. I walked up to them one day and I was like, I want to build a pyrolysis plastic interfuel reactor in your backyard. They were like, what in the hell is that, for one? And two, why you want to build it in our backyard? And three, if you do build it and it works and you don't blow yourself up, what are you going to do with all the fuel? That's dangerous. So, you know, they were first like, oh, no. And after that, when I was like showing them things, convincing them, they let me build it. We were doing good. You know, we got built up to Mark IV in the backyard, never supportive and stuff. And then we had a fire happen, which almost burned down the house. And they're like, nope, get the hell out of our backyard, never again. So that's why we had a year gap. And now we're building Mark 4.5. They're letting me build it in the backyard, but we're going to have to run it on some property. So that's ultimately where it is. But, you know, in terms of the project themselves, they're very supportive. They're very proud, of course, that I'm doing such. And yeah, all power to them, because ultimately, they, you know, my mom, for example, was the one that pushed me to go into welding class, which allowed me to even create this to begin with. So, yeah. Thank you for your question.
Yeah. That was great, man.
Yeah,
That's
for
great.
sure.
Keep up the great work, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Brent, for the donation on the TikTok. Thank you very much. You say get a voice app to lower your voice to have a proper conversation with Yoshi. Exactly. And then that time it sounded like just some straight up text to speech. He said, "You are a monkey." He said, "Pick that plastic like cotton," or something like that. And I tell you, every damn live stream is always somebody, isn't it? Every damn live stream, somebody gotta be acting weird. We got a Q&A here talking about the most serious thing possible, and we have people up in here talking about picking plastic like cotton on a field. Like, what is wrong with these people? You're up, B, on the Discord. You're up to speak. Are you there? Are you? Oh, look, guys. He wants to come back up again. Yoshi wants to come back in the live stream again. Should we let him in? Yes or no? I'm gonna let you guys vote. All right, it's up to you. What's up? Yeah, I can hear you. What's up?
Yeah, I was just wondering, like, how come nobody's ever done it before with the making a fuel out of it? And like, how much energy you got to put into it to get it to change the structure, the molecular structure, you know?
So this has been done before. This is not new. You can find tons and tons of research papers on it. And I've done it many times, and it's been done for a very long time. I'm doing an innovation of it to make it extremely efficient utilizing microwaves. So in my Mark IV machine, we'll put in 25 kilowatt hours of electricity, and then through all the fuel products combined, the gasoline, diesel, jet fuel, the carbon, and the natural gas, we would get out 48.8 kilowatt hours of electricity if those were to be burned and made into electricity, like through a generator, for example. So we, with Mark IV, which was a batch machine, which does not have industrial processes or industrial magnetrons, which was not continuous, was already energy profitable. So when we built Mark 4.5 and Mark 5, it will only be more and more efficient. So thank you for your question. I'm going to let in, we're going to get Sam. What's up, Sam? So everybody said they want Yoshi back in. We'll let Yoshi back in after Sam. All right, what's up, Sam?
Hey, thanks for letting me in. I was in the Instagram live stream yesterday, but a little laggy, so I kind of missed out on your answer to this question. So my question was the battery question. Like, if you could run this on batteries, but the problem that I guess I see myself is how many watts you need to power the microwaves. Have you thought about any ways to run this kind of off-grid, but not using the fuel that it's outputting to, you know, power it again? Because just the law of physics, you know, you're gonna get less out than you put in.
Well, let me tell you something. So yes, the law of thermodynamics is real, and I'm not saying we're breaking that at all. We're not breaking it. We're not violating it. And why are we not violating it? I'll say it like this, and I'll give you a perfect analogy, right? It takes literal fuel and energy for our pumps that pump out crude oil to get the crude oil from the ground, right? But since crude oil is so energy dense, when those pumps go out there and they pump it from the ground, there's more energy being pumped out than the energy required to run the pump. So obviously it's worth it. If it wasn't worth it, they wouldn't do it if it wasn't energy profitable. We're doing the same thing with this process, okay? And how are we doing the same thing? Because plastic is petroleum. It's a solid form of crude oil. If crude oil has so much energy in it that it's worth pumping it out, right, and it's a liquid, Solids are more dense, so solids will have even more energy. It's more concentrated. So utilizing this technology with microwave heating in particular, which is vastly more efficient, we're actually able to get the process to a point where it's almost self-sustaining in terms of the plastic will break down itself once it gets hot enough, and it's going to take less electrical input to extract the energy that's already existing in the plastic than the amount of energy it takes to actually do that, right? The amount of energy that we get out on the back end that's being extracted from the plastic is more than what the input of electricity is. And we're not breaking the law of thermodynamics because we're not creating energy, all right? We're not creating it. We're extracting energy from a thing that is already extremely energy dense and already has that energy within it. So that's what we're doing there. In terms of your other question, the wattage turned off of batteries or solar panels, the issue with microwaves is not necessarily how much power they draw, but how much starting. I'm not sure if starting amps or starting watts is the proper term on that with this type of electrical pull. But microwaves take a ton of energy when they first start, and most renewable sources, unless it's literally a farm, cannot handle that, and it would have to be a huge battery for how big these machines are going to be. And so obviously at the scale I'm at, that's not going to be very realistic because the battery itself will cost more than the machine. But thank you, Sam, for your questions. I hope that answered your questions.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, so we're going to let Yoshi back in. Buy your votes because most people said yes. Who knows what he's got to say this time, but maybe it'll be an actual question. And I'm just going to remind you guys right now, you guys told me to let him back in. I didn't say let him back in, all right? I just asked you guys, all right? So you're up, Yoshi. Who knows what he's about to say?
Hey, NatureJab.
Hey.
Serious question. Would you rather save the world with your plastic fuel microwave, or just kidding, you can't save nothing, black creature? Do you actually think a monkey like you can? You black of skin and full sin, come forward so that I may lay my hands on you. Black be gone. Praise white Jesus. You stupid monkey, you once.
All right, that's enough. What the heck? What? Yo, everybody in the Discord chat, what in the world was that? What? Yo, it is kind of funny. I can't even lie. It's kind of funny. Yo, what the heck? Like, it's just like so out of pocket. You're mad. Yo, you mad out of pocket, Yoshi. You mad out of pocket. What the heck? Like, what makes somebody come into this live stream, see what we're talking about, what we're doing, the most serious thing possible in the world, right? And then he comes in here and says that nonsense. What the heck is going on? What's up, Billy?
Yo, what's up, bro?
What's up?
I have a question. You know, are you not scared of like the government going after you while you're doing this stuff?
No.
Like, not at all? Because I've seen some like historical like actions in the past where people have like done like energy efficient stuff, which would fuck up their profit, and like they've killed them or like they've offed some people based off that. And are you not like scared of that at all?
No, I'm not scared at all. Not one drop of fear.
Okay, so have you just accepted the fact that it could happen, or do you think it's not a possibility?
Well, you know, given historical evidence, I would say there is a fair statistical chance, right? You could say, but you know, I would personally just say, let me put it in Gen Z terms, right? I'll say it like this. First of all, being in fear, for one, being in fear is not going to do anything. It's not going to help this process progress. It's not going to help us get under this tyrannical control, get from under it. And it's not going to help our oceans be saved, which we deserve our oceans to be clean, right? And for two, I personally, and I like I said, I'm just speaking anecdotally here. I do have big balls that I will just drop in the FBI's mouth. That's all I have to say. Thank you, Julian. All right, next we'll let P in.
Hello?
Hey. What's up?
1 second.
All right. Well, he left. All right. I'm not sure what happened there. I'm not. All right. Big Balls wants to be let in. Big Balls. Wait. Big Balls just left. Okay. I was gonna let Big Balls in, but Big Balls just left. Oh. Now Big Balls is back. You want to come in, Big Balls? Yes or no? Because somebody let somebody else in unless you want to come in. That's literally their name. I'm just look. Pause. Whatever. But that's their name. They said they won't let you. Okay. Let me see. You should be able to come in now. Yeah, living in fear is not what we're doing. Listen, that's their name, okay? Don't say nothing to me. Their name is Big Balls.
Put these big balls down your throat.
I should have known it from your name. Oh my gosh. I should have known. That's it? That's all you had to say? Yep. What? Why was I? What? I'm not even surprised. What was I expecting? What was I expecting from somebody named Big Balls? Who just names their whole Discord identity Big Balls? I'm not even. That's L on me. What was I thinking?
What's up?
Hey, what's up?
So I have a question about the gases that you use in the microreactor to push out of the oxygen.
Yeah.
Okay. Are there any other gases other than nitrogen and argon that can work? Because I feel like if you find a gas that is like that can do like what nitrogen does, but it can be like taken out of some mineral, I do think that might be quite like effective.
Yeah, that's a very intelligent question, and thank you. So we can actually push the oxygen out of the reactor with any gas except other than oxygen. Now, the reason why we do nitrogen and or argon is because they are very chemically inert gases, meaning they're very unlikely to react with things, right? But you can actually use the natural gas that the reactor makes to push out all the oxygen. Because as long as there's no oxygen in there, it cannot catch on fire, it cannot combust, it cannot explode. So I've done a few different things, you know, and you can even use steam to displace the oxygen. Anything that will push the oxygen out and displace it and make it an oxygen-free environment will work just fine. So thank you. Very intelligent question. Thank you very much for your question. All right, next. I'm going to let everybody else in again that's already been up after I get to the people that haven't been up yet, all right? Yoshi wants to come up again. I'm kind of interested in what he has to say, but I don't know. Hey, what's up? They call me Yuki. Are you here? Hello? You are muted.
Okay, my bad. Hello, Mr. Brown.
Hey.
I hope that you're doing well and so your family. Okay, so I have like a couple questions to ask you, but my first question is, how do you plan? How do you plan on like investing in your company even if the CIA or the government doesn't allow you to actually make it profitable in America? You know, because that's always a possibility that they end up hunting you down. That's what everybody's so scared about. So I've been thinking about this, like, what would you do if eventually they end up coming to hunt you down? Would you travel to another country and put it in that country's name and then sell it back to America?
Let me tell you something.
To sell it as an American product?
I'll tell you something. I'll tell you something. I'll say it like this. All right. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to mute you. If the CIA or the FBI comes for you, they're going to get you. It doesn't matter what country you're in. The CIA is literally international. So it doesn't matter. If they want you, you're done. That's just what it is, period. Point blank, end of story, right? The best thing to do is to do things right. You know, don't make it easy. Don't give them dirt on you. Do things legally. Do things right. And, you know, you don't want to be living in fear, though, you know, because that's not going to help anything, right? That's not going to progress the project. That's also not going to progress us getting free of that control or that fear or that notion that that they have control over us. It's illusional. We actually have way more power than a group of small people. Think about how many billions of us there are, right? It's like ants trying trying to scare you like ants. You know what I'm saying? So we can't let them have that much power over us. We just need to live out of fear and do things that we want to do anyway. That's for the betterment of our planet and humanity.
But you understand as well that the masses are not awoken to the idea of this and that they're under control by many substances. So if that is what is clearly going on, that they're clearly not waking on their own, then there is a big possibility that they can take over the people that are actually trying, little by little. But I have another question.
Okay,
as well,
go ahead.
very quickly.
Your other question,
Can
quickly.
I finish? Okay, one more question. Do you plan on retiring from this job, or do you want to be the CEO for the entirety of it? Because it's going to take years to get all of the plastic out. Do you plan on being there till the end, or is it going to be something that you kind of let it go in the middle of it and eventually let it create its own path and way?
Well, ultimately, what we'll do, my plan is as I always tell everybody, my goal is to get the plastics out the ocean. So, maybe I don't necessarily plan on being the CEO for the whole lifetime of the job, because eventually I will have other types of inventions and devices I will go into. But the goal is to get the plastics out the ocean. Thank you for your question. You got some other people I gotta let in.
Thank you for answering, Mr. Brown.
Yeah, but in short, guys, I'm retiring when I'm dead. I'm always going to be working. There's no reason not to work. Look, all the fan favorites want to come back in. Yoshi wants to come back in, and Big Balls wants to come back in. See? All right, what's up, Pita?
Yo.
What's up?
So, your goal is to spread the device that you're making to actually help the environment, right?
Right.
So, I looked in your profiles. There's nothing scientific. And I asked you earlier if you're gonna publish a paper, and you said no. I think that the best way to actually help the environment is to actually publish a paper that talks about the scientific part, not only like just on Instagram and like social media, because you're not actually saying the information that is important. That's what I think.
I understand what you're saying. I understand. Can you hear me? No, I get where you're coming from. First of all, are you from Spain?
No.
Oh, I have a friend from Spain that has a similar accent. Anyways, to go into what you were saying about the research on the paper, scientific, we're doing that with Mark V. The reason why we haven't done it yet is because I have too many variables. I respect the scientific method. If I'm doing science, I genuinely want other scientists to recreate what I did and be able to see and confirm my results. When I'm building this thing at home by hand with scrapyard microwave parts, there are too many variables. And the first thing in science is you want to control all your variables and you want to have proper controls. I do not have any of those. So all I have right now is just anecdotal evidence combined with my knowledge from reading scientific papers. But Mark V is going to be the first industrial machine with proper parts, properly built, the real dimensions and stuff, the blueprints. All this stuff is proper, so we'll be able to do true scientific experiments. We'll have the gas spectrometers, the chromatographers to analyze the things properly. So I completely respect the science field. I want to get into it. It's just been a matter of doing it the right way. So thank you for your question.
Thank.
All right. All right, next. So let's let in. Who's new? G. G, you're up. I don't know what your full name is, but G, you're up. What's up?
Hey, man. I had a question about when you were talking about the variables of your project. I was wondering, since you are using microwaves, is there any account for radiation?
Microwaves are non-ionizing radiation, meaning they are not radiation that will go into your cells and affect your DNA, and they also are not radioactive, meaning as soon as the microwaves are turned off, there is no more radiation left over, and the microwaves are completely dissipated.
Okay. And another question. I know, right now, it's in the project process right now, but in the future, do you think this like could be like mass produced on a mass scale to like say?
Yes, I do believe it can be
feel
mass
apart?
produced, and we did speak about this before. We have been speaking about this. The whole goal is to get it in every city, country, and province on Earth. The machines get bigger and bigger, and they make more and more gallons. For example, Mark V, we want Mark V to make about 100 gallons of fuel a day. So thank you for your questions. What's your question, Memory, on Instagram? Somebody said, why don't you like electric? It's not that I don't like electric. I respect anybody and their choices, but what I don't like about electric is, or the electric movement, is how they're trying to force people to be electric. When electric cars are not really much cleaner because you have to get the batteries, and then the electricity itself is from dirty sources. You know, like, you shouldn't be forced. If you want to get electric, get it. More power to you, whatever. But until though, literally we don't even have enough electricity on the grid to run electric cars. Anyway, if every car went electric, the grid would blow up. Okay? You said, where do you see all this going in the next 2 years? In the next 2 years, I personally, Mark 5, of course, we'll be on like Mark 7 in 2 years. So we're going to be international in 2 years. We're going to be in many different countries. I'm trying to think, where should I go first? When I go international, should we be in Africa or some place in Asia? But we'll see, because I got connections in both places. All right, next. Okay. Once again, people that have already been up, I'll let you in after we let everybody new in. Yoshi wants to go up again. I don't know how the chat feels about you coming up here, Yoshi. They're not really in your favor. Guys, put a 1 in the chat if we should let Yoshi back in. All right? We're gonna do the test. Put a 2 if no. 1 if yes, 2 if no. All right, what's up? What's your question?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I just want to know, like, since it's made with plastic, does it put like microplastics in air? I don't know if that makes sense. But
Yeah, I understand that question, and we had that a few times. Everybody's saying no, Yoshi. What is your Yoshi? Make a defense, okay? Make a defense. Everybody says we should not let you back in. Now, microplastics in the air. That's a great question. People ask for it a lot. And let me tell you how this process works. The process of pyrolysis is when you break down an organic molecule in the absence of oxygen, right? So without oxygen, it cannot burn, right? Because we need oxygen for things to burn. For something to catch on fire or burn, it's called an oxidation reaction, hence oxides forming. Without oxygen, the plastic cannot burn. What ends up happening? Thank you for the donation, new runner on TikTok. So without oxygen, the plastic breaks down back into its basic chemical components, right? So the plastic breaks down into petroleum. Why? Because plastic comes from petroleum, right? So when the plastic breaks down back into crude oil vapor, it's no longer plastic. It is a permanent chemical change. It cannot go back to plastic, and it is no longer plastic. That's the equivalent of saying, if you take a piece of wood, right, and you set it on fire, is that smoke still wood? Is that smoke micro wood particles? No. It's a completely different chemical change. That smoke is the byproduct of the wood being chemically destroyed. Just like these vapors and these oils are the byproducts of the plastic being chemically destroyed. So there cannot physically or chemically be microplastics in any of the fuel products in this machine. So thank you for your question. All right, next. Yeah, everybody doesn't want you in here, Yoshi. Everybody's putting 2s. Everybody's putting 2s. I don't know. I saw a few ones, but everybody's putting 2s. All right, I'll let you in now, B. Yeah, everybody's putting 2s, Yoshi. What is your defense? I don't think they want you in here anymore. I don't think you're favored by the public, Yoshi. Everybody's putting.
Brother, man.
What's up?
How you doing, my brother?
I'm great. How about you?
Not bad, man. First, I want to say positivity and productivity to your cause, man. If you truly believe in it, go down that road, man. Like you said, no fear, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely. No fear. There's no place for fear. It's not going to help anything.
Yes, sir. Facts. I guess one of my questions is, I really want to keep up with you because I stumbled across you this morning, and I've been watching you ever since, pretty much the whole day. But how much? What's the input to output ratio? Like, how much plastic goes into how much fuel you're creating? You know what I mean?
It's about 20 pounds of plastic per gallon.
20 pounds of plastic per gallon, and that's any plastic, like plastic bottles?
No, and that's where the variations come in, because different plastics give you some different types. We're kind of at a point where it's yin-yang mix-up type of thing, because when I have those numbers, that's when I just mixed everything together. But that's when I go back when I was, speaking with the other guy about the scientific part of it. It's so many. There are so many variables in the process of pyrolysis. It's crazy. But yeah, thank you for your question. All right. Next, let in who else? Oh, Hexbox. You've been waiting for a second. All right, Hexbox.
Oh, yeah. Hello, Megan. So, three things. First of all, after me, you should let him possum because he was waiting for a long time and his mic failed the first time.
Possum? Who's okay.
Yeah. But the second thing is, so basically, I'm sort of part of like a seminar thing. It's like every 60 days, and it's like a bunch of like, university professors and scientists, and we, talk about a variety of subjects. So I wanted to ask you if it would be possible to sort of get you on it. If you'd be willing, I would, ask the organizer, and probably in like 3 months or so, we could get you there on a seminar, and you could, explain the process to a bunch of, scientists of different fields. And I believe that could be a good opportunity for them.
I agree.
I just wanted to ask if you would be interested in.
Yeah, and I do appreciate that opportunity and proposal. I do not speak business on the live streams.
I see.
But look, like I said, you're gonna send me a DM. You're gonna send me a friend request anyway.
Yeah,
you can also send me an email. So thank you for the opportunity. We'll discuss that further off live. I don't like to discuss the type of thing on live. Thank you. All right, next Possum. We'll let Possum in, then Sam in. Guys, this is the last chance. Yoshi said, "Let me in. I'm gonna hack your mom."
Hello.
What's up, Possum?
Hi. So I was just wondering, do you think in the future you would ever get a permit or whatever you need to sell whatever you make, or are you just gonna sell it to people who can distill it and then sell it with the permits that they need?
I'm going to sell it to people that already have the permits. I'm not going through all that headache. They can do that. They can have all that. They already have the refineries. They already have the permits. They already have all the tax stuff, the accountant stuff. So look, I'm selling my oils to Shell, BP, whoever, and they can do with it what they want. They can sell it at the price they want. The point is, we're getting rid of plastic waste, and that's the main goal beyond all else. So, yeah. Thank you for your question.
One last question. Oh.
Yeah, quickly.
Okay. It's all right.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh. Okay, he's going on. All right, Sam. Yoshi's putting ones. Yoshi's spamming one in the chat. Who is this dude, honestly? What's up, Sam? What's up? People putting two. They don't want Yoshi back in here. See, but I see a lot of ones too, though. I see a lot of ones in the TikTok. People on TikTok want Yoshi back in. Sam, are you here? All right, Sam is not. Sam, we cannot hear you if you're here. I'll give you 10 seconds. If not, we'll have to let you back in. All right. Next. Guys, we're on Discord. Hey guys on Facebook. Hey Alon. Hey Christian. Hey Conwell. Hey Lebedme. What's up? What's up on Discord?
So like, I have a question about like the gases again. I was thinking, so since there's no oxygen in the tank, that means that no fires can start, right? Like,
right.
In general.
Right.
And the microwave process doesn't really make any sparks. It just kind of melts it, right?
Well, the microwaves do make sparks, but they don't catch on fire.
Right. So. Never mind then. I was thinking about using hydrogen because you can easily make like hydrogen because you just have to basically just electrify water and a bunch of hydrogen comes up instead of using nitrogen. But never mind because the whole thing would explode.
yeah, that would be a little bit dangerous. But yeah, thank you for your question. Once again, very smart question. Thank you. All right, we're letting T. Sam has his hand up. I don't know, guys. I don't know how I feel about letting Yoshi in. I can't let anybody else in on the Instagram, unfortunately. I have to reset the Instagram. I have to reset it. What's up, T? Who is that smart kid? That's what I'm saying. That kid is mad smart. I just see W. I don't know what his name is. It starts with a W, but he's crazy smart. That's what I'm telling you guys. I literally tell you guys that all the time. Because listen, I started building my machine when I was 17, right? This is going to inspire people that are like 12 to build things greater than me. Like, whoever that is, I don't know I can't see your full name, but man, The kid that's talking about the hydrogen stuff, I'm just like, dude, you're on my level. You're above me.
Hello.
What's up, man?
Yo, what's up? I got a question. Actually, I have two questions. My first question is, have you ever thought about branching out to different companies, maybe in your area, or somebody with more resources to make even better machines to produce the fuel?
Oh, sorry, I was laughing at one of the comments here. But good question there. Have I ever thought about reaching out? Let me tell you what the issue has always been, right? First of all, I don't reach out. I let things come my way. Because when you reach out, you're giving power to the person that you're reaching out to. And I am definitely in the position of having something that I don't want to give anybody else power over me or leverage over me, for one. Now, for two, the people that have reached out to me that want to help, they always want something out of it. There's no such thing as free money. There's no such thing as free time. There's no such thing as free anything. And people always expect something, even if they say they don't. So the issue has always been people want equity, or they want whatever. They want royalties, whatever. It's too early in the company to give up stuff. It's too early because they will not appreciate the valuation. They will not appreciate when they come at me, they say, I want to give you $10 million. How much equity will I get? And I tell them I'll give you 1%. They're like, that's nonsense. That's crazy, right? So that's been the issue when I tell it. But we all know there's a $1 trillion industry. 1% of $1 trillion. How much is that? Like 100 million or something? It's a crazy amount. We already know that. I think that's really $1 billion. But anyways, that's what the issue has been when it comes to work, reaching out to anybody. In fact, this may be a controversial take. I know how my fans feel about her, but Rachel Cook was the first person to ever reach out to me and offer help and not expect anything from it. That she offered the diesel truck. All right. So I'll say it like that. That's why I usually do not. You rarely see me collaborating or working with people because most people want too much. It's not about they want something. I don't mind giving, but they want too much. All right, I'm going to restart the Instagram so I can let you guys lie in there on the Instagram. Yoshi, do you have an actual question? Do you have an actual question, Yoshi? Xbox is saying no. Okay, how about this, Yoshi? Type your question in the chat first, Yoshi. Tell me what you're gonna ask. Y'all do not trust him. Let's negotiate, okay? I believe everybody should have equal opportunity, and I know that he has failed himself 2 times, but you know what they say, if you fool me 3 times, then that's shame on me, okay? So if I let Yoshi in, okay, and he has these issues, oh yeah, let me let Sam in first. But if I let Yoshi in again, and Yoshi, he goes crazy, all right, then it's done. It's done for good, all right?
Hey, is my mic working this time?
Yeah.
All right, Mike. Thanks for letting me back in.
For sure.
Question this time is: do you use or plan to use computers to monitor and control and automate the system, like control batches as they move through different stages? Or
yeah, that's a great question. And here's the thing, right? Because Mark, the previous machines have been purely flip a switch, right? But Mark 5 will actually have computer monitoring systems, and guess what? We're going to be able to use AI too, to our advantage. I know, people have different opinions on AI, but it is what it is. We'll be able to use AI to our advantage to allow it to make sure the machine operates properly. It'll be able to say, okay, it's the temperature of this zone of the machine is here. Let's turn on the magnetrons down there. Let's turn off the magnetrons back here. It'll be really cool. So I can't wait to see the efficiency when we start to really incorporate the smart type of technology. All right, I don't think we're gonna Yoshi. Guys, I don't think we're not gonna let Yoshi back in because I asked Yoshi to type his question in the chat what he's gonna ask to come back in, and he said, "Can you convert wasted plastics into value-added plastics or value-added products without being black. All right, Yoshi, you blew your last opportunity with that one. What is wrong with this dude? Who else? Who else? G. We'll let G back in. Thank you, Nozalia. Thank you for the donations on TikTok, Nozalia. You have to raise your hand. Why is your name Jizzin? Oh, Lord, please. What's up, G?
Hello. My question is, man, so I was reading this study about in Zimbabwe how they created a TV that could run on a subsonic generator.
Yoshi's
and
crazy,
I was basically wondering if I know you're using microwaves for the reverse process of the plastics, but
thank you so much, Nozalia, on TikTok.
They're byproduct that you could use instead of microwaves.
You can use any type of thing that produces heat, but microwaves in my studies have been the most efficient thing to use. There's nothing more efficient than microwave pyrolysis currently. And maybe in the future that'll change, but right now microwaves are the only chance we got to get this at the industrial level. Thank you for your question. There's somebody, guys, in the chat that just joined, and their username is literally Jizzin, but it's not spelled like you think it is. It's with a Y. Should I let them in? I'm gonna let you guys be my board of directors here. Should I let Jizzin in? Because I don't know. You're saying sure. You guys are saying sure. All right, I will let Jizzin in. All right, look. You guys said it. I didn't say it. Look, the name scared me after what we've been through tonight. Because it seems like everybody with a little interesting abstract name got some things to say. All right, Jizzin, come in here. All right, yeah, fair enough. You're right. He can get in once. All right. What's up?
You hear me?
Yeah.
If this generator 4.5 doesn't work, would you still be going or just
So let me tell you something, right? Let me tell you something. The first that first tenet of what we do, we don't use the word if. We use the word when. Mark 4.5 will work. Even if the machine I'm working right now does not work, I'll build another one. That's just period, for one. And for two, Mark 4.5 will work because Mark 4 has worked, Mark 3 has worked, Mark 3 blew up, but it still worked until it blew up, okay? Mark 2 worked, Mark 1 worked, Mark 5 will work. So we do not say if, all right? We say when. And that's just period, because it's always a matter of when. If you have the ambition and the perseverance, you will make anything happen with enough time. So let's remove that from our language. We do not say if around here, guys. So the next person that comes in here and says if, I will put my balls in your throat. Personally. We do not use that language around here. Hello?
Yo, Jab, shout out to you, man. I want to say I've been watching your series on YouTube on the last one and trying to emulate and build my own as well. And I'm more looking into doing it for like something that someone else brought up about clothing. Like I see there's a large source of like clothing and material that's just, after so long, people just kind of throw it away. I even seen a lot of people that literally burn it in places that they have hard times disposing it. So my question is, in building this, would there be any modifications that need to be made just to do, different from plastic to clothing material?
Why are all you guys saying if on Instagram now? Y'all weird. There's no modifications that need to be made for it to run off of clothes. It's the same thing. Okay. In fact, I haven't put clothes in my reactor, but I put just about everything else. It all works the same. You know? The microwaves don't care what it is. They don't discriminate. Unlike Yoshi in here, and they break things down no matter what happens.
All right, I got one more question. And if I'm able, not even if. You said no if. When I'm able to put this thing together, because I'm also from Georgia too, man. If I put this thing together, can I at least send you a video or something before I turn it on to make sure I don't blow myself up?
Are you using microwaves or regular pyrolysis?
Microwaves. I'm trying to copy the same thing you did.
Ambitious.
Honestly.
So you watch my YouTube channel, right? Shirley, right?
Yes.
Thank God. Hey, listen, man, listen. And this goes to everybody that wants to build one and is building one. beyond anything else, I want you guys to stay safe. I've had several near-death experiences. I've had explosions. I've almost been electrocuted. I always tell people, I used to look like Kurt Cobain until I got shocked once, and now I'm black. So, you know, things happen in this world with these types of technologies. But listen, man, send me a friend request on Discord. I'll add you as a friend. We can discuss. I'll make sure you're doing it right and you stay safe with it for sure. Appreciate you and respect to you.
Gotcha, appreciate you.
For sure, for sure. All right, yeah, there we go. Now you are saying when. There we go. You're saying when in the chat. That's what I like to hear. We don't say if. See, that guy, he almost messed up when he said if for a second. He caught himself. Hey, the fly was down. The fly was down, but then he said, whoa, when. All right. I can understand verbal mistakes happen. All right. There's only 3 people with their hands up. The 3 people with their hands up are Yoshi, Possum, and S. All of which have already been in here. So please, guys, don't let it be to where Yoshi's the only person with his hands up. Please, because we don't need that happening. Because then by nature, technically, we have to let him in. What's up, man?
Hey, I just want to know, has the fuel you made, has it worked on anything yet? Like,
yeah, we put it in a truck, we put it in a weed whacker, we put it in a go-kart engine too. So it does work. 2-stroke, 4-stroke for the petrol, and we put it in a diesel truck and a diesel go-kart engine. So thank you for your question. Next, let's let in Possum.
Hey, so my question earlier was, does whatever you use have to be sterile? Like,
okay, so that's a great question. That's a great question. I'll answer that right away. It doesn't have to be sterile, but if from a scientific level you want it to be. And why? Because anything that's on that plastic, right? Any other additive will end up in your fuel. It's not going to just disappear, and you cannot be created nor destroyed. So if you have like Cheetos on your plastic, right? And you break it down in the microwave, now you're not going to just have plastic oil. You're going to have plastic oil made with whatever happens from when a Cheeto gets turned into fuel, whatever that product ends up being, right? Some type of biofuels thing. So, from a level of, if you want consistent products, yes, you got to keep it sterile, but let's be realistic. If we're getting plastic in the ocean, it's not going to be sterile. There's going to be fish and piss and salt and crabs and algae and seaweed. So fortunately, the machine doesn't care whatever it's on there, but you might care on the other side of it when you are all said and done. All right, gotta let the next people in. Let in Dr. Logic. Hey guys, a really smart kid wants to come up in here. We're gonna let him in next. What's up, Dr. Logic?
Hello. So, I was just wondering, for your machine, is there like is there a specific plastic that works best to convert back into fuel? Because like the most common is the PET.
Yeah, I would say the best type of plastic. My 2 favorites were polypropylene and high-density polyethylene, low-density polyethylene. So those are plastic bags, plastic water bottle caps, and then like plastic detergent bottles or milk jugs. And my favorite were those because they give you the best quality oil and the most amount of oil, the highest yield of oil right away. So not all plastics are equal. Some make different things. Some make better things. For example, like water bottles give you a more waxy type of oil, but these things can be handled later down the line. So like, let's say you get the waxy oil from the plastic water bottles, right? You just can distill it and crack the wax out of it. So you can do these type of things to modify. We got a lot of people that have questions. So only one question, all right? Thank you. I got to get on the next person. Mr. Mayhem. And we'll let you in next, G. What's up, Real Gosmondo? Okay, he's not in here. All right, next, Mr. Mayhem. Mr. Mayhem, you are up if you want to talk. All right, last chance. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
How you doing?
What's up?
What's up? So my question was, the process of heating the machine and cooling it back down, do you think that'll eventually affect the metal?
Yeah, but that's why we're making the next machine continuous, so we don't have to ever heat it back down. We can just have it running continuously. But yes, so that's why we want to build Mark V out of a high quality alloy stainless steel that not only will be rust and corrosion resistant, but would also have a really good thermal expansion and cooling capabilities to handle that type of thing. Because yeah, over time it will make things weaker, and we don't want anything to ever blow up on us or to have some type of pressure release explosion. Thank you for your question. All right, we're gonna let a few more people in for the night. Yeah, Yoshi's definitely not coming back in because you know Yoshi, in the chat, he starts to ask good questions. He said, "What are the potential environmental health impacts of microwave pyrolysis? Surely it's got to impact something, like maybe allow us blackies to afford gas." See, that's why he's not coming back in. That's exactly why you're staying out of here, Yoshi. That's exactly why because you started off with a good question, but then you start to do some, I don't know what happens in your mind, but you just have to make it offensive. All right, what's up, Riz?
What's up? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, so I was actually in the Instagram comments and I kept commenting this, but I figured I'd hop in here to ask the question. Have you considered using sulfur hexafluoride or SF6 gas inside of your builds? Because I know they're really good it's a really good gas to prevent arcing, as well as acts as a coolant, and it's what we used in our RF systems on aircraft in the Air Force. And so, just wondering if that's something you thought of.
You know, I'm not even familiar with that, but thank you for expanding my awareness on what that is. The issue with any type of gas like that would be the fact that we'd have to consistently plumb it in, and also, if you are familiar, we also get a natural gas product, right? And nothing just leaves the machine, like nothing just gets destroyed like that. So if we plumb that H6 in, it's going to be in our gas product, our natural gas product, which we do burn. And I'm not sure, what happens with H6 when you burn it, or if it's just a hydrocarbon or what, but, that's the thing.
SF6?
Yeah, is it a hydrocarbon?
I'm not exactly sure. You'd have to look it up.
Yeah.
The gas is called SF6 or sulfur hexafluoride.
Yeah, see, I can just tell by the name, it has sulfur in it, right? And plastics have no sulfur. If you burn sulfur, you get sulfur dioxide, which is actually one of the worst emissions that comes from burning plastic waste. So if we put sulfur in there, anything with sulfur in it, sulfur will come out the other end in our gas, which we burn in the generators to run the machine. Then we'll be making sulfur dioxide emissions, and it'll pretty much be no better than just burning plastic raw.
I see.
So, yeah, we got to consider all those types of things, but thank you for bringing that to my awareness. I will do some research into that. Just use that in all
of course.
systems. Thank you.
Hope you have a good night.
You too. You have a great night as well, my boy. Okay. So, we'll let in one more person for the night, and then we are off for the night. We'll let in Zay, because Zay has not been up yet. And then we're off for the night. Oh, wait, we said we're going to land the smart kid again. We'll land the smart kid after Zay, and then we're off for the night. All right, what's up, Zay? Yeah.
Yo, what's up, man? First, I appreciate you for letting me in. Now, I'm not really too in tune with, your whole journey. My journey is more so in business, and obviously you have to, set up, an LLC. You got to get, there are a lot of steps in the business, and that's really what I want to talk to you about, the business side of it. So, how is this in setting up your LLC?
Well, I don't discuss that type of thing on live stream.
Could we talk about it?
It depends. It depends on a few things. Send me an email and we'll be able to discuss things over there. Are you trying to offer business services? Is that what you're proposing? You know what? Send me an email. We'll discuss it on there. business@naturejab.com. But I don't discuss the type of thing on live stream. All right. Let's let in the smart kid. Hey, you gotta let me know what your name is, because all I see is W. What's your name?
Hello.
Hey. What's your name?
Warranty 99.
Warranty
99.
Warranty 99. That's his name, guys. Warranty 99. W Warranty 99. Everybody in the chat is like, you're a genius.
Thank you, man. Just I think a lot of people make really good questions, so I have almost nothing left.
Thank you for the badge on Instagram.
But I want to know the Mark 4.5. What filters does it have for the gas and the petrol? Does it have the water bubbler or any other type of filters?
What type of filters do I use for the gas? Is that your question?
Yeah. Any filters like have you added to the Mark 4.5? Any filters?
So on Mark 4 we did have some filters and some catalytic converters in there. That's another great question, because there are some things in the plastics that we may not want in our fuels, right? So I would run the plastic vapors, or the crude oil vapors rather, through some copper mesh first of all. So that way, if there were any sulfurs, it will react with the copper, form copper sulfide. I then ran it through some steel wool. If there was, once again, if there were any sulfurs, it would form iron sulfide. I also then ran it in through some kizzy litter, and also some bentonite clay, as well as calcium oxide. Those things reform some of the it might catch some of like the benzenes and things, and also any things that can cause some strong odors. And then we also ran it through an activated carbon filter and zeolite filter, once again, to kind of do the same thing, to kind of reform any of the potential aromatic things like polycyclic hydrocarbons or benzenes that could be in their styrenes, hopefully to catch those things. And all of the filters that we used, when they were spent or full of muck and stuff, could just be put right into the reactor and to be regenerated.
All right, that's a pretty solid explanation, yeah. I do have one more thing. Do you think you could achieve funding by melting metal waste into like gold and stuff and like selling it? Because you mentioned that in your YouTube video.
So I think he's referring to my e-waste video where I took circuit boards and I got all the fuel out of them and just had them carbon and metals left over. It would be possible to do that. It would be a lot of work because, Nile Red has a video on YouTube where he took the gold from e-waste. It's a lot of steps, right? It's definitely, it's not something you just do, and I'm not on that side of chemistry. I think that the best way for me to get funding is just through kind of how we've been doing it. Because think about it, right? Like, just on Instagram alone, we're at pretty much almost 250,000. On TikTok, we're at 600,000. If pretty much everybody just donated $1, we'd be where Mark 5 needs to be, right? So I think that that's the best way we can do it right now. And then also, of course, so I can keep equity of my company as well. But thank you so much, Warranty, for your questions. Hey, low-key, I'll be real with you, man. I truly believe you're going to be like the next inventor, because you have very intelligent questions, a very deep understanding. How old are you?
I'm 13.
He's 13, guys. He's 13, asking more intelligent questions than Yoshi and stuff, and these adults in here trying to troll the people named Big Balls and these weird things, right? He's 13, guys. So here's exactly what I'm telling you. He's the perfect example of what I tell you guys. Because I tell you not to limit yourself, and I tell you to do research and utilize the internet, and you can do anything you want. Imagine what he's gonna create, right? When he's just a few years older, or even this year. So hey, much power to you, much respect to you, man. And you keep going. All right. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by. We will be ending the stream. Now, we'll have another Q&A probably Tuesday night, Monday night. Now, probably will not be the case. NatureJab, I didn't catch your email. My email is business@naturejab.com. So anybody that has any business inquiries, there we are there. Thank you all for stopping by. Thank you all for donating on TikTok, Instagram, Cash App. I appreciate every single one of you. You guys are helping Mark 4.5 be funded. Like I said, we'll have another Q&A soon on Discord for everybody that didn't get to come in tonight. Thank you all for stopping by and asking questions. All right.